Is the BMW M1000R worth 30,000 euros? Watch this video and find out for yourself whether or not you would buy this M1000R. I obviously bought it, but here in Italy you cannot test the bike, so I basically blind purchased this bike. So watch this video very carefully to decide, and it is worth the hype. What does the bike come with stock? This is the competition version. There are some things unique to the competition that the normal base M1000R doesn't have. So for starters, the suspension, the dynamic suspension, is stock on both bikes. These mirrors are on both bikes. The carbon, on the other hand, is unique only to the competition version. All the carbon you see, like also the carbon here, the carbon on the side, this piece of carbon, the carbon wheels. Also, these footbags, which I had to use WD-40 on, these are unique to the competition. The stock one doesn't have these ones. So this is also competition stuff. The Krapovic stock on both. The winglets, on the other hand, are on both. So if you want the winglets, they're on both. The dampener is on both. The lit up M is on both, and all the electronics are the same. The only thing that changes is the price, which increases by 8,000 euros, and the carbon. On the non-competition you basically have no carbon, you only get plastics. I paid a lot less because it was in discount, and this is the 2024 model. On the 2025 model you get obviously the new headlights, but the rest remains the same. Of course, on the new model also the gas is a lot less to turn, so I believe it's 60 degrees on the new M1000R and a lot more on this one, but that's also a different thing. One thing I have to say immediately, BMW is a little bit lazy. The infotainment and all the electronics are the same on all the BMWs. So this electronic you have right here is exactly the same as you have on your F900R. All the electronics are the same. The worst part is if you go to sport. You go in, I already pressed, and 3 to 4 seconds later it does. So I swap. Now it just swapped. It takes a little bit longer to process the things because the other bikes don't have that much electronic. Since they use the same circuit, you have the same power to process, but you obviously have more sensors. So instead of increasing the processor power or the electronics, they simply use the same electronics on all bikes and simply have it a little bit slower, which in my opinion is just a lazy move. Of all the naked bikes I tried, this one has the sportiest position, the hyper naked. Of all those, in my opinion, the M1000R is one of the sportier in terms of position. Of course, it's not a sport bike, not a typical sport bike. You are a little bit more upright and the handlebar is a little bit wider and all that stuff. But in terms of seating position, your knees are still quite aggressive, and you can actually adjust the foot pegs, which I didn't mention before. Also the suspension, really nice. Depending on the mode you put it in, it gets soft. You don't feel the bumps that much. Or you can go into your own configured mode, for me Race Pro 1. And the suspension gets stiff, racy, really a nice addition. And that's only doable because you have the dynamic suspension. Then the power. We have to talk about the power. It is one of the most powerful, not just naked bikes, but bikes in general. It's up there in the top 10 most powerful bikes. Like, I believe the Street Fighter, the newer model, has a little bit more power. The RS V4 has more power. The Panigale V4 has more power. Obviously the H2 and the H2R have more power. Obviously the S1000RR has a little bit more power. But other than those bikes, maybe the Super Veloce, the MV Agusta, has a little bit more power. In terms of power, you do not need anything more. This is already the pinnacle of motor. The inline 4 is very smooth. You can ride, for example, right now I could go in 6th gear at 50 kilometers an hour and the motor doesn't have a problem with it. You can even go like this. You see, 60 kilometers an hour and the bike doesn't stumble. It just goes as normal. It's just a perfectly engineered engine. You can say what you want, the quality isn't that good anymore, but the engine is special. The engine is one of the best I've driven so far. But in my opinion, the hype around this bike only started in 2025 when they were talking about the new bike. The new facelift and all that stuff brought a lot of people that didn't know that much about this bike to this bike. And that's also where my channel exploded a little bit. But the new M1000R got a price increase to last year, to my year, of roughly 1,500 euros, with not much more that they did. Like it hasn't received a power increase and nothing like that. So you have to consider that. Other than that, the new optics are amazing. The bike looks that much more aggressive. I always say the 2024 edition is more of the elegant bike, and the 2025 edition is a really aggressive. So the 2025 looks aggressive. The sound got a little bit worse due to emission standards here in Europe. I don't know how it is in America, but in America you have the problem that the fuel there is too low of a quality, so you don't get the power you'd get in Europe. But that's another story. I believe the bike is worth all the hype it gets. It looks great. Like, it isn't a art piece. Like, it isn't like a Ducati or an MV Agusta. It looks great for a totally different reason. Not because of design or anything like that. It only looks great because of engineering. Like the exposed carbon. Obviously the red and blue looks great too, but I'd say the design isn't that special. Like, it's a normal design, but it looks so, I don't know, I'd compare it to a Porsche. Like, it's not a Ferrari, it's not a Lamborghini, it's not a Pagani, but it's a Porsche, as you say in German. It's just a little bit more technical, I'd say. They don't hide the technical things on the bike. They show everything. Like on the Ducati or something like that, they try to hide cable. Alright guys, sorry for the short break, and I don't know where I left off, but to sum it up, to finish the video, in my opinion, the M1000R is worth the hype. You do not find any hyper naked, or generally you don't find, except for the Tuono V4, which is even better in terms of what you get for the money. But after that bike, the M1000 is just a great bike, great bang for the buck. And the competition 30,000 with a lot of carbon, just the wheels to swap them out. My dealer told me it's about 5,000–6,000 euros. So very expensive wheels and everything. And if you would want to do the same on the Street Fighter V4S or V4, you'd pay around I guess 40–45,000 euros, which is a lot more. So in my opinion, the M1000R is worth every little bit of hype that it gets. If you like the video, please consider subscribing. Write your opinion on the hype and if it's worth the hype and all that. And see you on the next one. Bye.